11. Shot to the body by Spence. Sean Porter. They are both non-stop. Look at this. All right, hook. And there's Spence straight left. That connects with Spence.
Stop. Let each other go.
And that's what one thing that happens in the...
What a shot by Spence!
Are you okay? You like to continue? Can you go? Can you go? 3, 4, 5, 6.
One, two, 1, 2. Audio test 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Audio test 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Check, check, check.
Right here.
Up and ask her a question.
Undecided on it.
Trying to sing. That's maybe
Yeah,
you sing.
pretty much
huh?
start the national
Little
anthem. Little Star Spangled Banner. Open things up.
the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, if everybody could please take your seats, we're going to get started momentarily. Thank you all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Beverly Hills Hotel for the kickoff press conference and the first of our bi-coastal press conferences for the highly anticipated showdown for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world, Spence Jr. versus Crawford. And now we invite the principals to the stage. And now making his way to the stage, the two-division world champion from Omaha, Nebraska. The renowned star of boxing and pound-for-pound great, undefeated in his 39 bouts with 30 wins by way of knockout. Here is the undisputed 140-pound world champion and the current undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford. And now making his way to the stage from DeSoto, Texas, the acclaimed star of the sport and popular pound-for-pound great. He is undefeated, 28 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current undefeated, unified WBA, WBC, and IBF welterweight champion of the world, the Truth, Errol Spence Jr. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, two of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters facing off for the very first time ahead of their collision course. The showdown, scheduled July 29th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Premier Boxing Champions presents Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Bud Crawford, live on Showtime pay-per-view. And now we invite the fighters' respective teams to the stage at this time. Team Spence includes Derek James and Errol Spence Sr. And for Team Crawford, Brian Bomac McIntyre versus Esau Dieguez. And Esau Dieguez. And now my pleasure to hand the microphone duties over to today's host, Emmy Award-winning sportscaster. He's the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, Brian Custer.
Jimmy, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Certainly want to welcome you to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, Hollywood. This is the official press conference for Spence versus Crawford. As Jimmy mentioned, I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. Listen, this has been a momentous year for the sport, for Showtime Boxing. You know, we're regarded unequivocally as the undisputed broadcast leader in boxing because really our axiom is quite simple. Deliver the fights that people want to see, and that's the best fighting the best. You know, at the beginning of the year, we brought you David Benavidez, Caleb Plant. In April, well over 1 million people turned into Showtime pay-per-view to watch Tank Davis defeat Ryan Garcia. And now, it's time for one of the most anticipated fights of this decade. Spence versus Crawford. A super fight. Because you have champion versus champion. Both unbeaten. And sure, we may debate whether it should have happened last year, 5 years ago, but more importantly, it's now here. And they're both in their prime. And the winner is not only making history as the first undisputed welterweight champion in this four-belt era, but walks away with the crown as boxing's pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. It's Showtime pay-per-view from T-Mobile Arena in the fight capital of the world. I'm talking about Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's really more than just a super fight. It's one of those era-defining fights in the spirit of Ali Frazier, Leonard Duran, Hagler Hearns, and of course Mayweather Pacquiao. It will enhance the legacy of both of these two elite champions while crowning the winner again as the sport's pound-for-pound best. This event is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. It's being promoted by Man Down Promotions as well as TGB Promotions as well. And it goes without saying, this is a fight you want to be in the house. You want to tell your kids, I was there when Errol Spence Jr. took on Terence Bud Crawford. Tickets are available. You can get them. AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. The main event, Terence Bud Crawford, the WBO welterweight champion of the world, unbeaten, 39-0. He's got 30 knockouts, taking on the truth, Errol Spence Jr., the unified WBA, WBC, and IBF welterweight champion of the world. His record, unblemished, 8 wins, no defeats, 22 knockouts. Together, they have an astounding combined record of 67 wins, 52 knockouts, no defeats. Let me introduce now one of the promoters who helped bring this thing together. He's the president of TGB Promotions. He's Tom Brown.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Brian. We also have TVC Promotions also as part of the promotion. I saw you looking. Well, good morning, everyone. Well, this is as big as it gets. The best two fighters in the world, both in their prime, and both undefeated world champions. Now, you can't emphasize this enough, but this is not just a mega fight. It's bigger than that. This is a generational fight. This will be an instant classic that you're going to remember for years to come. And as Brian said, not only is Errol Spence Jr. one of the very best fighters in the world, he's a boxing miracle with what he's gone through. And he's also box office gold. His last fight generated a massive live gate with more than 40,000+ fans at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. And he's proven that he sells outside of Texas. He packed Staples Center back in 2019 with a crowd of more than 16,000 fans in attendance. And now he's coming to do the same in the boxing capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. So no more talk now about being on the wrong side of the street, who's on what side of the street. On Saturday, July 29th, Bud Crawford's going to be in one corner of the ring, and Errol Spence Jr. is going to be in the other corner. And when the fight's over, there'll be one man standing in the center of the ring with his arm raised and 4 belts strapped around him, and he will be the new undisputed pound-for-pound king of boxing. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Let me introduce a man now who will give you more details, obviously, about the fight, all of the programming surrounding the televised pay-per-view portion of the evening as well. He's the president of Showtime Sports, Steven Espinoza.
Thanks, Brian. As Brian mentioned, it's a fantastic time to be a boxing fan. Boxing has never been hotter. Big fights, top fighters versus top fighters are happening more regularly than ever before, week after week. And there's one place where the biggest fights are happening, and happening more often than anywhere else. That's Showtime and Showtime pay-per-view. Together with our partners, Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions, we've delivered the strongest schedule in the sport. More big fights, more often, week after week. This year, through July, we've scheduled 17 big-time boxing events. It's probably the strongest run of fights that we've had in the 37-year history of Showtime boxing. It's not just 2023. You can go back a couple years, fight after fight, unification fights, undisputed title fights, sold-out arenas, coast-to-coast, pay-per-view records. And in the middle of this run, this great run of fights, this industry-leading schedule, we're thrilled to be delivering this once-in-a-generation fight. I don't need to sell the fight. It speaks for itself. Two of the best fighters in the sport fighting to make history. But in fact, if you were going to create the perfect fight, if you're going to describe what a perfect boxing match would be, it'd look a lot like this. You'd want two of the best fighters, two of the most skilled fighters in the sport. Check, we got that. Two fighters with knockout power, all action, aggressive, fan-friendly styles. Check. You'd want an evenly matched fight. So evenly matched that the betting odds are almost dead even. Got that too. You'd want high stakes, an undisputed world title fight, history on the line. You'd want some drama, a backstory, fighters who've overcome adversity, two fighters with big, enthusiastic fan bases. And you'd want history and legacy. And as Brian and Tom described, we've got that too. So here we are, the perfect fight. All the elements that any boxing fan could wish for, all in one mega fight. Of course, we'll take you behind the scenes inside the lives of these two fighters. 3 episodes of the Emmy Award-winning All Access. First episode premieres Saturday, July 8th. Second episode premieres Saturday, July 15th. and of course, following the fight, the epilogue episode. We will see you July 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's hear from the camps. Start with TBC Promotions, Bud Crawford's camp. Before we bring up the next person to the podium, let me acknowledge he's the assistant trainer for Terence Bud Crawford, Mr. Isaul Dieguez. Good to see you. We're coming to the podium now. The WBO champion of the world, Mr. Brian Bomac McIntyre.
Hello, boxing world. How everybody doing? Good, that's good. First of all, I want to thank everybody. Spence, Derek James, Showtime, GTB. I want to spank that side over there, because obviously they looking at us like we the B side. That's all right. That's what I'm so glad. I'm glad both fighters stayed the course and stay true to the game to show the world that who the best fighter is. And that just speaks true knowledge and true volumes about each fighter's character. But I will say this. Don't miss it. I promise you, don't miss it. I know Spence is coming. I know Derek is going to train the shit out of him. I know his team going to do a damn good job over there. We're going to walk away victoriously.
Bomac, thank you very much. Now to the man down promotion side of things. Let me acknowledge as well the father of the unified champ, Mr. Errol. Good to see you, sir. All right, coming to the podium now. What a year. He was the Boxing Writers of Association, Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year, Mr. Derek James.
I'm very happy to be here, and this is a sign. A lot of talk, a lot of hearing a lot of speculation, people talking. So it's all about right now, it's about showing and proving, and something I can't wait. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of being asked questions about it. I know everybody on the stage tired of talking about it, tired of being asked questions about it. So it's time to get busy. That's all I care about, getting busy. Seeing my guy go out there and doing everything he needs to do. He did what he said he was going to do, get those 3 belts. Now it's time to go get one more. It's all about big fish right now. And I like you guys. But at the same time, hey, listen, we're really co-workers. Only way we can get this thing going, we got to work together. But night of the fight, it really is showtime for real. And we're going to make it happen. Thank you all.
He's got a 76% knockout percentage. Since he's moved up to welterweight, he has stopped every opponent he's faced. He's the former, undisputed, super lightweight champion of the world. He's the current WBO welterweight champion of the world. He is Terence Bud Crawford.
What's going on, everybody? Y'all don't look excited. I'm so excited that we're here today and that we're getting this fight done. I'm excited for you, the fans. I actually got a gift for each and every one of y'all. And why? Because I love y'all. Because without y'all, there's no us. So I'm going to give y'all a gift with the presence of myself and Errol. July 29th, so y'all can witness greatness. There will be greatness July 29th that you guys will witness. And how do we measure greatness? You guys, we measure greatness by eras. We had the Sugar Ray Robinson era, we had the Ali era, the Marvin Hagler, the Tommy Hearns. You even had the Floyd Mayweather, his era. But July 29th, I'm gonna show each and every one of y'all why. This era is the Terence Crawford era.
Yeah! Yeah!
Come fight night, he called himself the big fish, right? But what you do when the fish get took out the water? You suffocate him. Let's go.
Coming to the podium is a man who has a 78% knockout percentage. 6 of his last 7 opponents, former world champions. 3 of them, he took away their straps. He's the unified welterweight champion of the world. He's known as the Truth. Big Fish, man down, Errol Spence Jr.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here. This is the biggest fight I feel like in boxing right now. This is a legendary fight. This is definitely an old school fight. This is the fights that my dad used to talk to me about and older people tell me about, where you had Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, you had Durant and all them, you had De La Hoya and Trinidad fighting. You had the best fighting the best. And finally, we at this point where, me and Terence Crawford had to get on the phone, talk about it, and now, it's finally happening. The best fighting the best. I feel like this is an old school fight, creme de la creme, and it's gonna prove not only the best welterweight in the world, it's gonna prove who the best fighter in the world is. If you know my mentality, it's to win, it's to go all out, give it everything. His mentality is the same thing. So I want everybody to tune in July 29th, come to the fight, because we're going to have a crawfish boil. So everybody make sure they're there, man. It's going to be enough for everybody, I promise you that.
Guys, let's talk about the fight. You know what? Let's start with the trainers first. Bomac, first question is quite simple. Can you tell the media, tell everybody who's watching, why is Terence Bud Crawford going to win this fight July 29th?
Well, I will tell you this, and why Terence is going to win the fight. Because he's the best fighter, and the world knows that. And if you just look how about he go about his business, there's no playing around with him. He come to get you out of there. Once he hurt you, that's a wrap. I'm sure I can get many former fighters that he done fought to come up here and back up what I'm saying. Now, I will tell you this. Errol's a damn good fighter, damn good fighter. He accomplished a lot in the game, and I tip my hat to him and his trainer, Derek. But the boxing world, the real fighters know, the real boxing fans know out there who's going to win this.
Win this fight July 29th.
Well, I believe that Errol Spence will win the fight because of his depth. believe his technique, I believe that his skill set. It's not so much about the gamesmanship of the show. He's a guy never talking, but a guy who goes in there and makes it happen and gets busy. And I think that what you'll see on July 29th is Errol Spence go out and yet again prove his dominance over another fighter. It's not so much about knocking somebody out, it's always about breaking somebody. Breaking somebody's Errol Spence, breaking Terence Crawford's will.
But we heard why you're going to win. I think we want to hear from you. What is a victory, though, on the 29th mean to you specifically? We know it comes as being undisputed. That would also mean you be the first fighter to be undisputed in two. What would a victory on the 29th mean to you?
Well, like I said, that piggybacks on what I said before. It shows that I'm the greatest fighter of this era. No man have captured undisputed in 2 different weight classes.
Teofimo did last week.
Teofimo definitely wasn't. He was lineal, correction, but he wasn't undisputed. Sorry, Derek. Sorry, sir. You tried it. But yes, once again, I will be the first male boxer to actually capture the welterweight champion in 2 divisions, and that would solidify me as the greatest fighter of this era.
Definitely not, man. I'm not gonna lie, Tyrant got the best matchmakers in the business. You ain't fought nobody, man. You haven't beat anybody undisputed at 140. Who you fought at 135, and who you fought at 147. Even you fought Sean Porter. Even Sean Porter said,
"What did I do to Sean Porter that you couldn't
Sean
do?"
Porter said he
What
did not train like he should. He didn't do the things that his daddy told him to do. What are you talking about? Even his daddy said it. Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt that I got the
Even his daddy said it.
You butthurt.
Even Kell Brook, he was already broken.
So was he
What are
broken when you fought him?
No, he wasn't broken.
How come
I broke the other eye.
He came off of.
I broke the other eye.
came
Yeah, that's
off
how
a
I got
stoppage.
broke. That's how I got broke.
He came off a stoppage.
What does it matter?
He came off a stoppage, and then he fought you
What does it matter?
months prior.
What does it matter?
So was he broken or not?
No, he wasn't broken.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
What you talking about? I had the same surgery he had, and what happened? So what they say about you then? You fight me then?
I'm gonna break the other eye.
So what they say? So I'm broken then, right?
Well, you broken. You gonna be broken July 29th.
Yeah, we gonna see.
You gonna be broken.
So that begs the question,
We
Errol.
gonna see.
What does a win mean to you specifically on the 29th?
It just mean he's a great fighter. It just mean I broke another great fighter's will, and I broke him down mentally, physically, and I came out on top.
Never.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
You know, Errol, the interesting thing is you are the unified welterweight champion. You've taken away everyone's strap, it seems like, in this division, yet you're the Vegas underdog coming into this fight. Does that motivate you? Does that upset you? Your feelings on that?
Nah, I don't pay attention to it. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, everything I've been throughout these 2-3 years, I mean, I should be the underdog. But I mean, it is what it is, man. A lot of people become underdog and they end up winning, so that's why it's a bet.
They know what's gonna happen. That's why.
But I want to ask you about that. I loved it on social media. You characterized July 29th as a fish fry. Can you enlighten the people on what you meant by that?
I'm gonna gut them. And I'm gonna feed them to everybody that eat fish in here. You call yourself the big fish, we're gonna have enough food for everybody.
We'll see. We'll definitely see.
Put some potatoes on the side of it too.
Hey, man, y'all go to ESJ.com, thetruth.com, and go buy that hot pack, man.
We don't smoke over here.
It's legal in Vegas, man. We gonna roll him over and smoke him.
All we do
Hey,
is
man.
fish fillet.
We gonna roll him over and smoke him, man.
We go hunting over here, and best
Like I
believe
said,
we hunting you
we
down.
gonna roll him up and smoke this dude.
Errol, you described it on social media as, quote, a one-sided ass whooping. I'm going to punish Terence Crawford.
That's how it always is. It's gonna be a one-sided ass whooping. I mean, he gonna come in with the mentality, and you know, it's gonna probably take a few rounds, and he a stubborn dude. So, but we gonna, like I said, man, everybody get broke. We gonna break him, man. We gonna break him like a horse.
I'm ready.
What are people going to say? Because this fight has been so anticipated. Once it's over, what do you think people are going to say about the fight, and what are they going to say about Bud Crawford?
They're going to say Bud Crawford is special. And all the people that thought he was going to do what he say he was going to do, they're going to say, wow, we was wrong about that kid. He is special. He is great. That's what they're going to walk away saying. This boy is great. And I can assure you that. And he'll give me my respect after the fight. Right now, he in the mode of...
I give you respect now.
No.
I give you respect now.
I'm talking about when I whoop that ass, you gonna really...
I give you respect now. I give you respect now.
Damn.
You great right now.
I'm gonna have to do it again, but...
Like the rest of them. Simon Hearns, all them dudes are great. Marvin Harris, Durant, all them guys are great, man. But, hey, man, sometimes dudes get broke.
And the same question to you, Errol. What are they going to be saying about this fight and about Errol Spence Jr. after July 29th?
How the hell Errol Spence keep breaking these men, these grown-ass men?
So here we go. Last question for me, for you guys. Start with you, Big Fish. For the thousands that have packed T-Mobile Arena, for the millions that are going to buy it on Showtime paper.
Old school type fight. If you've been craving one of those fights from the 70s, 80s, early 90s, you gotta tune into this fight, man. This is a legendary fight. I feel like, you know, belts aside, all that type stuff. I'm talking about, you talk about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. This is the biggest fight in boxing, period. Especially action-packed wise. If you know his mentality, you know my mentality, you already know, man, we going for the victory, but a tough victory. I know he's not gonna try to break. I'm definitely not breaking. So it's gonna be all out war. I think it's gonna be tactical in the first couple rounds, but as rounds go on, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to break his will. He's gonna try to break my will. And we both gonna go for the victory. Everybody tune in July 29th. It's gonna be a all-out war, action-packed fight. And you're gonna wanna tune in to this fight because this fight is gonna be talked about for decades.
I know I said it, but they were my words. I want your response to that. You believe the winner, pound for pound, best fighter in the world?
The winner of this fight is definitely the best fighter in the world. I mean, pound for pound, that's all. You know, I don't know how they judge that, but everybody know this the best fighter in the world, whoever wins this fight. This creme de la creme, this the best fighter in the world, no questions asked, no nothing. So make sure everybody tune into this fight.
Bud Crawford, same question to you. For all those thousands of people who will come out to T-Mobile Arena, spend their hard-earned money, Showtime pay-per-view, what can you guarantee they're going to get on July 29th?
I can guarantee everybody is going to witness something special that night. Errol Spence, he don't like to back up. I'm the type of fighter where you push, I push even harder. You hit me, I want to fight even harder. He got a big heart. I got a big heart. He loved to fight. I love to fight. And it just makes for a great action-packed fight with a lot of, you know, excitement in it. So July 29th is going to be a great night for boxing. I feel like this is definitely a legacy fight and a fight that should be talked about in the whole boxing community, if it's not all through the social medias outlets. But I do believe that this is a old school type fight where, you know, you got all the greats fighting each other. Like I said, in this era, this is the greats fighting each other. So yeah, tune in July 29th, buy the fight if you can't be there.
Love it. All right, I know we got some questions from members of the media. All we ask is that you identify yourself, tell us who you're with, and ask your question.
How you doing? Tyler Tynes from the Los Angeles Times. Just wondering for Bud first, what took so long for y'all to finally come together and do the fight?
Listen, it doesn't matter what took so long. All that matters is we here now. I'm excited. Everybody else excited. And July 29th, myself and Errol Spence will be sharing the ring together and putting on a great show for each and every one.
Today, I just wanted to ask you, Terence, obviously you've really earned the reputation of being the sport's best finisher. Can you describe in detail what happens when you see that moment that you need to kill the opponent or knock him out? What takes over?
Well, I don't know. It's an inner, all types of great fighters got that instinct that when they see one of their opponents hurt or wounded, they go for the kill.
Thank you.
Greg Rosenstein, The Athletic. For Errol, you two have both been compared constantly over the years in the division and on pound-for-pound lists. What specific skill sets do you see you having the advantage over Terence?
I mean, I got a lot of skill sets I feel like advantages over him. But at the end of the day, I feel like this fight is basically so even. You know, it's going to be more about just being more focused and, you know, not getting out of focus, especially in the later rounds, just making sure, staying on point all throughout the fight and making sure you don't lose focus, because that's how you end up getting caught.
Errol Kakopian with the BoxingScene.com. You're going to be coming off a nearly 16-month layoff. Are you concerned your time away from the ring will impact your preparation and your performance come fight night?
I've been off longer, so I mean, a 16-month layoff, that's cool. I mean, it was nothing I was recovering from, so that was more rest anyway. I mean, it ain't like the other times where it was a car crash or a retina surgery or something like that. So it'll be fine. Definitely be fine.
Hi,
Folks,
guys.
we got one more?
Yep.
One more.
Hi, guys. Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV. I want to ask this question for both Errol and Terence. I've heard that you guys spend a lot of time FaceTiming and communicating to make this bout happen. What's something that you guys learned about each other in your private conversations?
I mean, you're just talking about family and, you know, situations and stuff like that, but, you know, just getting the feel out for each other. So, I mean, you learn a couple of things, but, I mean, we're just talking and feeling each other out.
Well, I would say the same. You know, Errol's probably outside of right now, probably a cool dude, but I feel as if both of us was mature enough to get on the phone and talk to one another, to be able to sit here and make the fight for each and every one of you fans.
Fantastic. There you have it, folks. July 29th, T-Mobile Arena, AXS.com is where you can get your tickets. A super fight. Champion versus champion. Both unbeaten, both in their primes. Spence versus Crawford. Guys, let's get the entire camps up here. Let's take some pictures. Thank you, everybody. This is for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world.